Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Franchise Hour, Season 3, Episode 3, today, May 6, 2021. And the guest for today is Mr. Arnel Alban. He is the EVP for Retail Operation and Network Development and Non-Fuel Businesses of Phoenix Petroleum Philippines Incorporated. Good afternoon, Mr. Alban. Welcome to the Franchise Hour.
Good afternoon, Rudolph. RK, how are you?
It's my pleasure having you today. And unlike normally, when we have a guest at the Franchise Hours, we are talking longer about the guest, and then at the end of the show, we introduce the opportunity. Today, we're actually doing it a little bit different. We will not talk really so much about Arnel Alban, but since he has a lot of opportunities to present, we concentrate more on the opportunities what Phoenix Petroleum is offering. All right, we know that Mr. Alban is a professional in the petroleum industry for more than 10 years, 20 years. How long are you in the petroleum industry, Arnel?
25 years, 5 years in Chevron and 20 years in Total.
Okay.
And now I'm 3 years now in Phoenix.
Excellent. So really a man of expert, what we have with us today. And he will introduce to all our viewers for today the opportunities what Phoenix is offering. These are all franchise opportunities. And I'm also happy that I was part of the development of the franchises. First of all, way back in the year 2004 for the Petroleum Company, when they were practically still totally unknown. When we had the opening of the first two stations in Digos and in Tagum. And then after all these years, I'm back again to help them with Autoworx plus the Super LPG and also the FMExpress franchise. And I don't want to hold up our guest, and I prefer that he talks about the opportunity they are offering. So we are putting in the slides into our screen. And Arnel, please be so kind and introduce what Phoenix is offering us today. And the company itself and the background. And then all 5 opportunities. So we will be talking about the Super LPG, the Phoenix Petroleum gasoline stations, the Autoworx Plus, very interesting, then the Posible, and the Super LPG and the Family Mart. Arnel, please take it.
All right. Thank you very much, RK, and thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to introduce our company, Phoenix Petroleum Philippines, and to discuss and roll out today some of our interesting franchise packages we have for everybody. So first, I'd like to give you a bit of background what Phoenix Petroleum is and where we are and what we do in the country. So we've been in the industry for over 19 years now, since the industry was deregulated in the early 2000s. So what you see here in the picture is actually a depot or a terminal, import terminal in Calaca in Bataan for fuels. Sorry, Calaca in Batangas. So Phoenix started out as a small player back when we started out in early 2000 as a small player in Davao, and we started out as a fuels stations. But today we're more than just a gas station. So you'll see here all the brands that we carry today: Phoenix Super LPG, Family Mart, Autoworx, and of course the station. And all these brands are actually franchisable. And this is what I'm going to discuss with you later in the presentation. Just a bit of market share of where Phoenix is. So we know about the 3 majors, Petron, Shell, and Chevron. This is still a 2019 data, where it showed that we were almost the level of Chevron at around 7.9% market share, and Chevron back then was around 7.5% market share. So come 2020, we have overtaken Chevron more than 8%. So we're now the 3rd biggest oil company in the Philippines as far as market share is concerned. So that gives you a bit of confidence of the size of the company and where we're really going. Phoenix Petroleum is actually is part of the Udena group of companies, and the Udena group of companies has actually 6 pillars. So you have petroleum, shipping and logistics, real estate, education, educational institutions and facilities, infrastructure, and food, hospitality, and gaming. So you see here on the left side, this is where all the petroleum brands, petrol brands, and retail brands are under, which is petroleum. So you see Phoenix Petroleum, Super LPG, Phoenix Singapore Private Limited, Asphalt Family Mart, and Posible. We are headed, of course, by Mr. Dennis Oy, our chairman and chief strategy officer. And our subsidiaries at a glance include Phoenix LPG Philippines, engaged in selling and marketing LPG. This was actually previously known as Petronas Energy Philippines. So we were able to acquire that company back in 2017. So we're now called Phoenix Super LPG. And we do have a trading office in Phoenix Petroleum Singapore Private Limited, where we source our fuel products. And we have a joint venture with TIPCO Asphalt to carry and market and distribute bitumen and bitumen-related products in the Philippines. So we call that Phoenix Asphalt Philippines, Inc. And of course, Philippine Family Mart. This is a local franchise of Japan's Family Mart, which is the second biggest convenience store chain in the world. So we are so PFM, or Philippine Family Mart, is the country franchise of JFM, Japan Family Mart. We also have Posible. This is a digital transactions provider where you can do a lot of bills payment, money remittances, and bank deposits and e-loads. This is a machine, actually. This is a small machine the size of a laptop where you can do all these transactions. As far as retail fuel business is concerned, where we started, we carry 2 types of stations. We call the company-owned dealer-operated stations, or the CODO stations. And we also have the dealer-owned dealer-operated stations. So we have over 650 stations around the country. And today, what I'm going to discuss later, available for franchising, will be the DODO type, or the dealer-owned dealer-operated station. We also have Autoworx Plus. It's the Phoenix newest car servicing shop, which aims to serve motorists as a one-stop shop automotive facility equipped to handle a whole range of car care needs. So you have change oil, of course, you have the car wash, you have the under chassis, and all that. Okay. Now, to give you, that was mostly B2C businesses. We also have B2B businesses. We do serve a lot of commercial B2B clients. And to name, because we have reliability of fuel supply, we have depots, import terminals in 4 locations in the Philippines, in Davao, in Cagayan de Oro, in Subic, and Calacat. So 4 import terminals and many other small depots around the country to serve all the fuel needs of our customers around the country. So this is just our depots and terminals are ISO certified. So you'll see here are pictures of our terminal in Calacat and our transport facilities. So the growing list of business partners, as I mentioned, in commercial and B2B. For aviation, we do serve Cebu Pacific. Actually, when pre-pandemic, if you've been traveling locally in most terminals or airport terminals that you notice that our brand is prominently displayed in many of those airport terminals. We also do serve Philippine Airlines and Tiger Air. For construction, we serve Ayala Land, EI, Makati, MDC, to name a few of those clients. We're also present in manufacturing. We do serve Columbia, Cemex, Steel Asia, Capital Steel, and Asia Brewery, to name a few. We're also present in mining for Nickel Asia, Philex, Apex Mining Company, to name a few of those clients that we serve in mining. Marine, we're also present in marine, Montenegro, Solid Shipping, Magsaysay, TransAsia, Chelsea, of course, and To Go are some of the clients that we serve in marine. In power, we serve Meralco, Aboitiz, Davao Light, and some of those brands that you see on the screen. Transport, we have many transport clients. To name a few are Jack Liner, Philtranco, Jam, and the rest. And also present in fishing and agriculture. Dole, Sumifru, and Unifruti are some of our clients in commercial. So you see, those are the brands that we serve in the B2B. But today, what I'm going to discuss are more of the B2C brands that we carry. We have different brands, not just fuels. We have, as I mentioned, we have Posible, we have Family Mart, we have Autoworx, we have LPG. They have different brands, but we have only, and they have different businesses, but we have only one vision, and that is to be an indispensable partner in the journey of everyone whose life we touch. That's the vision of the company. Indispensable meaning of the time that you wake up in the morning to get your coffee from Family Mart, to the time that you drive to work, fill up your gas, you take your lunch in a convenience store and Family Mart, you go home, you have your change oil, you go home and you cook your food using Phoenix Super LPG. We want to be present there. So we want to be present in those touch points of our customers. So Phoenix, when you talk about Phoenix Retail today, it's not just fuels, it's more than just fuels, because our desired state is to bring our products and services to our customers within at least 200 meters physically, or at least digitally through the app that we have developed, we called Limitless. So all these offerings, we have actually, put them all in an app. So that the customers, if they need LPG, they can just go to the app. If they need deliveries from Family Mart, you can go to the app, right? Yeah, and even fuels. In fact, we sell fuel vouchers in the Limitless app. Okay, so we put them all together in one app because we want to be closer to our customers. And so we come to a project we call the Phoenix Lego. So you see, if you're familiar with Lego, when you were kids, you have those blocks, building blocks, meaningless blocks, but when you put them all together, you create a big and a more meaningful structure. So that's how we envision our brands to be, like building blocks, put them together to come up with a bigger and a more meaningful structure. An expansion vehicle to put these blocks together is through franchising. We want to go fast, and our vision is to go fast through franchising. But not just franchising per se. I mean, well, franchising is franchising, but we want to, in order for us to grow fast, we want to make it very what do you call that? Very easy for franchisees to set up. That's why we have these three parameters in looking to franchising. So first, it has to be an easy to set up franchise, a format that you can start with and grow depending on your appetite and the passion to serve. No, it has to be customizable, just like the Phoenix Lego. You can customize. You put one and one together, so it has to be customizable, and most importantly, it has to be affordable. Okay, we're not talking about 15 to 20 million worth of a franchise like you see in the big burger joints or burger QSRs, where you have to spend that much. So we want it to be very affordable to our potential franchisees. Just to give you a rundown of some of the Perfect Combi-Packages or franchises that we have. Well, you can start as low as 45,000, which is owning a Posible machine, and you can already do business. Huh? So it goes from as low as 45,000 to as high as 5.5 million, as you see in the screen on the lower right, where you have the fuels business, you have Family Mart, you have Posible, and you have the LPG, all in one location. Okay, and that's how much you're going to spend. Right. So in between, you can have a combination of Family Mart and Posible, Family Mart and the Super LPG Hub, Autoworx Plus, and the Posible and all that. Right. So I will discuss this a bit one by one in more detail later. So Project Lego, these are the franchise packages that we have. I'm talking about 5 franchisable brands that we carry. We have Family Mart Express. We have LPG Super Hub. You have Autoworx Plus. If you want to have a station of your own, we also franchise a fuel station, dealer owned, dealer operated type, and of course the Posible, as I mentioned. So let's start first with Phoenix Super LPG. It offers a business package to clients who want to venture into LPG business retailing. Okay, you'll be a super. You see this you see this structure here on the lower right. That is actually a Phoenix Super LPG hub. So if you have a facility like that, we can dress it up and we can actually design it to make it into a Phoenix Super LPG hub. With your investment comes all these, the cylinders, of course, some regulators, some stove sets, and the package comes with some Phoenix lubricants and a Posible device already. So it's a package already. So how much will the package cost? The package costs actually 520,000, inclusive of all those things that you saw kanina, and with a franchise fee of 100,000. So the total franchise package will be around 620,000. Okay, let's just say that you spend a bit on the refurbishing of the structure. No, say it depends if you have a structure or not. If you have a structure, then you might spend a minimum amount to refurbish it. But if you have to build from the ground, then you might have to spend a bit more. Okay, so let's just say the total capital requirement is around 650 to 800, depending again of whether you have a structure already. Okay, there's no royalty fee, there is no marketing fee, and the return of investment for this type of an investment is around 3 to 4 years. We give we give you a contract of 5 years. How big is the space? Very small, around 20 to 30 square meters. Okay, so if you have a area that has around 20 to 30 square meters, unusable area that you think we can convert to a Phoenix Super LPG hub, let us know. Okay, and we'll be happy to dress them up. So the 620 comes with this. We'll give you 100 pieces of the 11 kilogram cylinders. With that, another 100 pieces of the regulators. It also comes with a motorcycle. Why a motorcycle? Because we expect you to make deliveries to, especially if you're in the near a residential area. We don't expect you as a franchisee to just sit down there and wait for customers. We expect you, of course, to make your calls and do deliveries. That's the reason why the package already includes a motorcycle. Of course, the signage, provide that scale, a Posible unit, and 46 sets of lubricants that you can sell also inside the Super LPG hub. Okay, just a simulation of the financials. It's a bit cluttered, but I just highlight some numbers here. So the franchise investment, as I mentioned, is around 620,000. Let's just say you spend around 30,000 on some refurbishing costs, so your total investment comes to 650,000. Now on the right, you have the profitability per month. So let's just say that you sell around 15 to 16 cylinders per day. So that gives you that revenue of 52,000. With a Posible machine, let's just say you make around 4,800 per month of revenue. You sell lubricants, so let's just say that you make some revenue for around 6,000. Of course, you have some OPEX on the store because you let's just say you pay for rent. Again, this rent can be zero if you own the land or the structure, and then you pay for, of course, for manpower, for your people, no? So let's just say that you spend a total of OPEX of 43,000. So your net monthly margin will come to around 19,400, or let's just say 20,000. So with per month, so with a total investment of 650,000, your payback period will be around 2.7, around 2.5 to 3 years with this type of investment. Okay, so payback period is around 33 months. So that's it for Phoenix Super LPG Hub. Oh, sorry. These are some of the pictures that Phoenix Super LPG touchpoints nationwide that we have launched. So it's very small. Phoenix, mostly located in nearby residential areas. So these are the Super LPG hubs that we have launched around the country. Okay, so next is that was Phoenix Super LPG. Now we go to Autoworx. It's a bit more, a little bigger investment than the Super LPG hub, because it's a complete structure of a wash bay and lube bay. This is a sample picture of Autoworx Plus Service Center that we have in Parañaque. So what does the center offer as far as service is concerned? So of course you have the basic change oil, you have the brake services under chassis, you have the car wash and all those. Okay, aircon repair, depending on the equipment that you will carry. How much will the franchise package be for one Autoworx? Well, the capital requirement is around 5.1 to 6.1 million. Okay, but most of that, if you will see, comes to construction costs of around 3.5 to 4. The actual cash out that you will do is around only 650,000, which goes to franchise fee of 250, a one-time admin fee of 100,000, and a cash bond of 250, plus a marketing fee of 50,000 per year. Okay, but so you see that most of the capital requirement goes to the construction cost and the tools, the operating items of around 1.5. Of course, you need tools, right? And the ROI for this one is around 3 to 4 years return of investment, and we give you a contract of 10 years. Just to show you a bit of simulation, these are the details of the investment of 6.1. So again, as I say, most of it goes to building construction cost and operating items or equipment and tools, which is around 5.5 million. All the rest are the cash out of marketing fee, franchise fee, admin fee, and cash bond. Okay, so that means if you have your own contractor, or if you already have your own service bay that you would want to brand as Autoworx Plus, then you will save a lot on the building construction cost. Okay, so we do not dictate on who your contractor would be. We'll give you the design. You can follow the design, and you can appoint your own contractor to construct the service bay for you, right? So this is just a simulation based on our own costing. This is how much we think, or we estimate your sales or your income to come, no? So let's just say you do what, oil change per month of around 15 oil changes a day. So that's how much you get. And bake servicing margins is around 500. Suspension repair, wheel alignment, let's just say you earn around 800, and down the line, and all those, if you carry tires as well, that's how much margins you get. And down the line, you get a total margin of 295, a gross revenue of 295. Let's just say 300,000 pesos of gross revenue per month. If you now on the operational expenses, let's just say that you spend on rent, especially if you do not own the land or the facility, of 50,000. It's a bit high, by the way. It's a bit conservative. But again, if you own the land or if you own the facility, you will save a lot on the rent. Of course, you spend on utilities and salaries of your people and other expenses. Let's just say that your total expenses comes to 160,000 per month. Okay, so I go back. If you earn 295,000, let's say 300,000 per month, less an operation expense of 160. That means that your net income would come to around 135 or 140,000 pesos per month. And with an investment of 6.1 million, that will give you a payback of 44 months or 3 years and 8 months based on this calculation. Okay, for a contract period of 10 years. All right, so that's Phoenix Autoworx Plus. Now, if you want to venture into a putting up your own station as a dealer-owned, dealer-operated station that carries the Phoenix brand, we're open to that as well. Now, if you have a property or that you own or you lease along a highway, which is available, naman if it's has a good traffic um, around the area, then and if it can make a good station, let us know so we can assess. And with the retail fuel offering, of course, we carry all these brands. You have the gasoline grades, Super Premium, and Premium 95 and Premium 98, and of course, diesel. All these products carry the Pulse additive technology. And with the station, of course, you already automatically carry the lubricants, and you also carry Phoenix Super LPG and Posible. It all comes kasama na po yan sa package lahat. How much does it cost to put up one station? Normally, it's around, we put here around 5.5 million. Okay, you spend on the pumps, the tax, uh, the structure. We give you the design. Of course, you give us a property. We study the property. If we see it's a good site for a station, then we lay it out for you. We give you the design. We give you the working drawings, and then you just follow. Of course, we don't take your money and we construct for you, huh? We give you the design, and if you know of a particular contractor, then you can do, or if you construct yourself, you have your own construction company, then you will save a lot on this one. Some of the dealers who now we have in the network who are actually construction, who own their own construction companies, spend much less than 5.5 million. Right? So there's no franchise fee, there's no continuing license fee, and the marketing, we just charge you a marketing fee of 35,000 per year because we do a lot of network marketing as well, where we will include your station as part of the network, as part of the programs in marketing. So that's why we charge a 35,000 per year marketing fee. So contract period is 5 years. It's renewable, and no cash bond. And of course, we require you a genset. It's already part of the 5.5 million, right? The ROI, the return of investment for such an investment will be, we estimate around 4 to 5 years, no, between 4 to 5 years. That's why the contract length of the dealership is 5 years renewable, extendable to 10 years. Okay. So we just require, how big size do we require? Maybe around 800 to 1,500 square meters. We don't need a big space because, of course, we also want to minimize your expense on the capitalization. No? Kasi the bigger the station, the bigger the expense. No? So 800 to 1,500 square meters. Of course, we do frontage is very critical to a station. We want a good accessible frontage of around 35 meters. Maybe minimum na ay yung 30, depending if it's a tricycle market, no? But if it's a jeepney trade market, then we usually ask for around 35 meters. We do site validation because we have a network development team who will study the site and assist you if the site is a good site for a station. So we do the layout, we do the standards, we do the design. Okay. So we support you with the fixed margins, and we support you with all the Phoenix signages. Okay, and as I said, the return for investment for this type of investment is around 4 to 5 years. Okay, so if you have a property, you think, or if you are leasing a property that you would want to build a station on, let us know so we can assess. Anywhere in the Philippines, because we are, as I showed you kanina, we are depots all around the country that can serve your fuel station. Then posible, if you want to start up business, a very, very affordable 45,000 pesos only, and which you can bring anywhere. Then you can start off with a posible negosyo package. This is a digital package. So this is what the machine looks like. It's just as small as a laptop. So it can do all these things. It has a Wi-Fi capability. It can print transactions, simple controls, very easy to maneuver. No, so you can do all these things. You can do bills payment. You can do bus ticketing, money padala, uh, prepaid loading. Okay, it can do bank transactions. Uh, and now we are currently um, finalizing our talks with Cebuana Luwilier and Western Union to carry those formats inside Posible. So kung meron kayong gusto padala to Western Union or receive or claim payment or send payment or money through Western Union, it can be accommodated in the Posible machine. So how much does a Posible machine cost? Well, basic, as I mentioned, it's very affordable at 45,000 pesos only. So, and we recommend a startup load of 15,000. Startup load is para siyang e-wallet that you put into the machine because you will be able to do transactions if you have money in the machine, right? So you buy the machine for 45,000, and we recommend that you put some 15,000 worth of load, so you can do transactions. You can already do transactions immediately. So when somebody pays, for example, a client or customer goes to you, wants to pay 5,000 worth of his Meralco bill. If you have that much load, 15,000, you can transact, okay? And then you can process his payment immediately. Again, and you can give him a receipt, a transactional receipt, right? So from that particular transaction, you earn a particular rebate already. So that's why we recommend that you put more money or more loads inside the machine, because if you don't have any more load in the machine, then you cannot do the transactions. Okay, so umiikot lang yung pera. And then when you get to collect the money, you load it again through the bank or through the machine, because we do have an app that you can load money, your own e-wallet in the machine. Okay, so the total package will come to around 60,000 initial. There's no franchise fee, there's no bond fee, there's no registration fee, and there's no royalty fee, right? So with this type of transaction, for this type of investment, if you say you make worth average transaction of around 4,000 per month, then you get an ROI of in 1.5 years, bawin nyo na yung 45,000 na device po ninyo. And the good thing about this is you can do it anywhere. You don't even have to have a location. Some of our customers, just carry this inside their sari-sari stores or inside their laundry shops, as an additional attraction for their shops. Some even bring it at home, and they just put if it's allowed by the village or by the subdivision, you just put a simple tarp outside your homes, and where you accept all these particular bills payment, and you can do transaction at home. So it's that flexible, and it's that portable for you. And then finally, so I've discussed LPG, station, Autoworx Plus, and Posible. And the last one is Family Mart Express. So before the pandemic, we were building big Family Mart stores, the ones that you see. We call them the traditional stores. But now with the pandemic, wala na masyadong dine-in. So the move today, as you will notice also in the industry, is going small and going portable and going closer to our customers. And that's the reason why we conceptualized this new format we call the Family Mart Express. And this is available for franchise. So as in the traditional big stores, the Family Mart Express stores will carries the same offering as the authentic Japanese favorites, signature Family Mart favorites. So we have the onigiri, donburi, sushi, ramen, and the like. And it also carries the CVS items, so the usual convenience store items like chips and drinks, no, and of course coffee. Our coffee is called the Coffee Creations by UCC, and UCC is also a Japanese brand. So those are the Family Mart Express offers. These are the formats that we have. No, you have three types. You have the van type, you have the window type, and you have the hybrid walk-in type. It's still under Family Mart Express format. Okay, so whether it's a van, window, or a shop. Shop, it's not the big one that you see. It's a shop is a little bigger than the window. And the good thing about this format is it has a fixed royalty fee of 15,000 pesos per month. And that means that whether your sales goes up, because unlike other convenience store setups, the royalty fee is usually pegged on the gross percentage of gross, right? But in this case, for this new format, we give more to the franchisee and just charge him a fixed royalty fee. So you're protected. Even if your sales goes up, you only pay us 15,000 as per month as royalty fee. So whether it's a compact van or a window or the shop, it will have the same compact operations core. So ito lang po yan from if you're looking at it from the top. So you have all this equipment there, and this is basically just 20 to 25 square meters. It's very small. In fact, some 6 by ito nga, this one is only 6 by 4, I think 24 square meters. It carries the same format of footprint. Okay, so you have the counter there. So there's really no dine in. No, it's really just transactional, especially, and it's a safe way because mahirap na rin dine in ngayon. So everything is transactional through the window. So this is the picture of a van that we have created. So you see there is a one person there operating the shop and does the transaction from through a window. Also carries a Posible if somebody would want to do a transaction through Posible. So we carry the CVS products, we call the convenience store products like the chips and the drinks, and we have the food items there displayed on top. Again, on a footprint of around 20 to 25 square meters only. So this is how it looks at night. So if you have a property where you think this type of business will flourish, especially in residential areas, then let us know. And especially so, and if dining is allowed already, or outside dining will be allowed already by the LGU, you can even put some chairs and tables outside this van, where you can allow people to sit down and eat. If dining is allowed already by the LGU. Okay, that is the van type. The window type, if you have a building and you would want for us to retrofit it, also the same size of around 20 to 25 square meters, we can do so. The same footprint, and the same setup. This comes out a bit cheaper because you already have the buildings. What you do is just to fit out. Okay, so this is a picture of a Family Mart window type retrofitted into a building, and this is how it looks at night. Okay, some financial. So you might be wondering, how much does one Family Mart Express cost and how much is my ROI? Okay, so for the van type, just a simulation or estimated details of investment. So on the left, you will see equipment, and on the right, you will see structure. No, and the equipment, so we do recommend all these equipment that you carry. Of course, it's part of what you need to operate the store. So that the total of all those equipment will be around 230,000. Again, those equipment are just we give you the list of equipment and we give you the specs. Of course, you do have suppliers for them, but if you can source your own, if you have a supplier You think you can get a cheaper equipment, or a cheaper chest freezer, for example, for as long as it follows the specs, then you're free to do so. Okay, this is just a simulation of the cost if you use our own suppliers. On the right is the structure cost. So you have the shell. The shell is around 200,000, 206,000. The fit out, you do a bit of fit out. Of course, again, we will provide you the design, uh, our and the engineering book and the manual, so you're not left alone to do your fit out. We will help you on that one. You spend the signage, some fixtures and furniture, and that total will cost you around 440,000. Again, the 206,000, the shell is basically coming from our own supplier. If you have your own supplier who you think, it's actually just a container van that you think you can source from cheaper, which you can retrofit or fit out, then it can come out cheaper for you. Okay, so if you add them all together, 230 plus 440, the total cost will come to around 670,000 plus a 100,000 pesos franchise fee. Okay, a bit. This is the financial simulation. It's a bit busy slide, but let me just direct you to the left side. Let's not worry about the right side anymore, because the left side is more of the monthly, the right side is more on the annual. So let's just say that your average daily sales is 12,000 pesos per day. And let's just say your total initial investment, inclusive of the franchise fee, 790. Let's just say 800,000 total to put up that store. Again, that's like what I said. It can come out cheaper if you have your own contractor, if you have your own suppliers. This is just a simulation or estimate from our own suppliers. Okay, and you have a how much margins do you make from those CVS and food products? Let's just say 34%. It actually runs from around 25 to 35%. It really depends on the mix. If you sell, because you earn more, you have a bit more margin on the food products than on the CVS product, on the chips, no, on the drinks. So depending on the mix of how much food you sell, or how much less of the CVS you sell, so it ranges. The gross profit will range to aggregate of around 25 to 35%. Let's just say 34% for this example. And then, of course, all those expenses that we see, of course, you pay your salary to your people, you pay for utilities and the like, you pay for rent, especially if you don't own the land, and you pay us a fixed royalty fee of 15,000, like what I said. So you get an EBITDA, or a gross revenue, of around 30,000 per month. And with 30,000 per month and a 790,000 investment, your payback period on a mid-level projection, so 12,000 is actually a mid-level projection of around 2 years. Now, if you go to a high-level projection, let's just say we add some 3,000 pesos lang of average daily sale. Your 12,000 goes to little over 12. Let's just say 15,000 pesos per day. Your payback period goes very short, no, just a little over a year. You already recover your investment of 790,000. Okay, that's a very, I would say, for that business, it's really very affordable, because it's less than the cost of a car, no, and you get to recover it in less than a year, or a little over a year, if your average daily sale is uh, is 15,000. Okay, so in every year magkakaroon ka ng kotse, kumbaga. If this business flourishes for you, and if you maintain an average daily sales of around 12 to 15,000. Okay, so just the main difference, just like to highlight the main differences between the Family Mart Express model or format that we have today versus the traditional C stores that you see, the big ones. So first, as a Family Mart Express, compact design, very 25 square meters, as opposed to a traditional store. You need a big space requirement of around 60 to 100 square meters, no? Malaki yon. And with big space requirement, alam natin, mas malaki ang investment. No? And because it has a compact design, it has low capex. 750K to 800K is the capex that you need to retrofit and to buy the equipment, as opposed to a traditional store, and which will require medium to high capex of around 3 to 5 million pesos on the leasehold improvements on the equipment. Basically, because the space is big. Low OPEX as well. No, 1 to 2 people can operate a Family Mart Express, as opposed to a traditional C store, which will require more people, bigger, higher utilities, and the like. We have selected target because we have a small space. We cannot carry all the SKUs there, no. So we have selected and targeted SKUs or stock keeping units, if you're familiar. So we don't carry too much, no. We just carry what is targeted, what can work for the store. We have a list. Again, we give you that flexibility as well, that you can carry among this list, no. We just or you can do trial and error. This for this month, this particular SKU moves, and then next month we'll try again which one moves, so you can order. We give you that flexibility. Okay, but because you cannot carry a lot because it has a small space. Unlike the traditional C store has more than 2,000 SKUs, and naman, with more SKUs will come a bigger operating requirement, no, or working capital we call it. It's easy to set up. In 2 months' time or less than a month construction, you can build a Family Mart Express, unlike a traditional store or score where you have a longer time to construct. Fast approval, you just give us a sign up with us, and in a week's time we give you already the we just go to we just the good thing about Family Mart Express, we don't have a lot yet. That means areas are open. So more often than not, you will get approved your site. Okay. Now, unlike a traditional store where you have a lot of documentary requirements that the company will require from you. The franchise fee is only 100,000 for a Family Mart. One-time franchise fee is only 100,000 for a Family Mart Express, unlike a traditional C store, which will require around 500 to 600,000 franchise fee. Like what I said, the fixed royalty fee of 15,000 per month. So whether tumaas ang benta ninyo, we will just charge you 15,000. Unlike a traditional store, you have sharing on the revenue, which will translate to actually around 5% of the gross sales. So the higher the revenue, or the higher the sales goes, the more the royalty that you pay to the company. And since it has a low capex and low OPEX, your ROI is in 2 to 3 years, unlike a traditional store where your ROI is more than 5. Okay, so those are the main basic differences between a Family Mart Express and a traditional store. And the good thing is, like what I said, we are open to most areas in the Philippines. It's not just in NCR. Okay, so with that, I would like to welcome you to the family. Later, I'll show you a QR code that you can scan so you can apply and or sign up to any of the franchise packages that I've just shown you. Again, just a summary, these are the Phoenix franchisable brands that we have. Family Mart Express, which I just discussed, the LPG Super Hub, Autoworx Plus, if you want to build your own fuel station under a dealer-owned, dealer-operated type, and a Posible machine. If you want to start small, you want to carry your own Posible machine at 45,000, madali lang po yan. Very easy to set up. Very easy. In a week's time, we can deliver to you your Posible machine. So those are the Phoenix franchisable brands that we carry. If you are interested with any of these Project Lego franchise packages, please do take a screenshot of this QR code, scan them, and fill up the necessary information that we will require from you. Or if you have any questions on any of the packages that I just mentioned, or I just discussed, please do drop me an email here at arnel.alban@phoenixfuels.ph. Wala pong comma. Palagi nila nagkakamali, nagiging phoenixfuels.com.ph. No, it's arnel.alban@phoenixfuels.ph. Right? So with that, thank you very much again for giving me this opportunity to introduce to you our company and to discuss with you and roll out to you our franchise packages available from the company. Thank you very much, RK, and that's all, fam.
Thank you, Arnel. It was an excellent presentation and it's excellent opportunities you showed us today, and I'm really happy you took really the time to explain them very, very well and very detailed. So we are very thankful about that one. And before we end the franchise hour for today, we will give you some information. So today we had season 3, episode 3, the Phoenix brands with Mr. Alba. And then if you want to read my book about franchising, all about franchising, please feel free to call us and request a copy of that. We like also to invite you to read the Franchising PH magazine. The May issue is right now in circulation. It's free. Just go to franchising.ph. It's actually, I'm the one on the cover this time since we are 22 years in the franchise development business. But you can also read the previous issues, like last month we had Mabuhay nursing homes, or from the last years you can actually read all the issues online. If you have a company and you want to have it developed into a franchise, please call us at RK Franchise Consultancy. You can reach us at 8912-2946 or 8912-2973. And we do everything what you need to be a professional franchisor, including structuring of the franchise, operations manuals. We prepare the franchise marketing materials, the legal side, franchise disclosure, websites, etc., etc., etc. All what you need to be a professional franchisor. And of course, you become also a member of the Filipino International Franchise Association and the benefits for it. If you want to learn more about franchising, I'm giving a webinar on May 15 at 2 p.m. Franchising A to Z. It's free. It's 1.5 hours. And just call up the office to get the access to our webinar. If you want to see previous webinars or all the other sessions in the franchise hour, you can go to our YouTube channel, RK Franchise, and you can see all the videos there. Next week at the episode 4, we welcome 2 guests, Mr. Jonathan Petalvar of the Sales Champ, and also Mr. John Aguilar, who is doing on CNN the final pitch. So these are our guests for next Thursday, and in 2 weeks from now we have Shay Lumbes, who explains how to select a franchise if you buy one. And the last of this month, episode 6, we will have franchisors from Australia. So, and we are here with at the end of this day. I would like to thank again Mr. Arnel Alban to be my guest for this episode, and I see you all of you again on next Thursday at 4 p.m. Maraming salamat, takhan salamat.